Hey YouTubers, only me. It is Monday the 8th of September 2025, also known as Star Trek Day. I nearly walked into a lamppost, don't know why, but I just nearly walked into a lamppost. Nothing new. I'm going to try not to vlog for too long because obviously it's not really a vlog, it's mainly about Star Trek, like my because obviously in my last video I was reviewing on Star Trek Strange New Worlds third season, and that I was enjoying it, and to this very day I still didn't get the whole episode that I mentioned last time. Just a quick warning, this may contain spoilers, so yeah, it will contain spoilers quite a bit. I mean, I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but I just thought to warn you, just in case. But before I talk about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, because last time I was up to episode 4, and now I'm coming up for the season finale, as in episode 10 of season 3. I'm going to tell you that I've finally finished Star Trek Enterprise, and it took me 2 years to get out of that season 2 loop. Because I started it 2 years ago, and I was stuck on season 2, a very specific episode where Mr. Reed was initiating a protocol into Enterprise systems to activate automatically their weapons. So yeah. And if I had to give Star Trek Enterprise a rating out of 10, I would give it a solid 5. Like 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and it's literally slap bang in the middle. So it's like it's an okay series. But obviously I will watch it again, all the way through. I know my mum would never watch Star Trek Enterprise because one of the actors who plays Jonathan Archer, called Scott Bakula, was also in another sci-fi show with the late Dean Stockwell, known as Quantum Leap, as Dr. Sam Beckett. So yeah, but I've learned obviously that everyone's got different opinions. I like Star Trek Enterprise. My mum's not so keen on Star Trek Enterprise. Not she's even gave it a chance, but hey ho. I mean, I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it. The whole storyline and how everything kind of, began. So it's kind of cool. Now on to Star Trek Strange New Worlds. My review hasn't really changed much. I'm still enjoying Star Trek Strange New Worlds. as it is approaching to the end of its third season. And anyway, so yeah, I am enjoying it. And what amazes me about this series, just like in the second season, they took a risk. And the risk they took is to make just one episode a totally different atmosphere. And this episode was none other than a documentary called What is Starfleet? Literally, the one question we could all ask ourselves, what is Starfleet? And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I know a lot of fans will say, oh, there wasn't really enough information about, like, what is Starfleet? Like, what are they about? Are they a secret organization? Or are they just whatever? But I've been a Trekkie for a long time, and I already know the question, what is Starfleet? And that's basically that they're not just an organization. They are the alliance. They form alliances with different species and get to understand one another and even share their technology. If they were willing, that was. And it's also about exploration and teamwork, and yeah, so that's how I find what Starfleet is all about. I guess you could say it's the same question with the United Federation of Planets, even though that didn't start until Jonathan Archer became president of the United Federation of Planets, because he managed to make an alliance with the Andorians and all the other species that were a bit not sure about the humans. Just like the Vulcans at the start. And yeah. So Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I'm loving every episode. But this is going to sound dark. One of the characters, Marie, who is Captain Pike's partner, like relationship partner, after the Venus situation. In my opinion, as much as I love Marie in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, ever since the Gorn attack in the Season 2 finale, or should I say Season 2 cliffhanger, which continues with the start of Season 3, she nearly died twice. First time, she was wounded by a Gorn, and then there were these egg sacs grown in her, and they had to do so many tests to think what procedure would work. And most of the procedures was 100% fatality, basically no chance of survival. But there was one option that only had a very slim chance of survival, aka a 61% chance of fatality. So it was slim, but they had to go for it. comes back around eventually, and then she has to take medication a few times a day. But then a few months go by, and the medication she's been taking, her body rejects it and nearly dies again. They find this cure on this planet with none other than zombie Klingons, which I still didn't quite get, but hey ho. And obviously she's right as rain, but obviously she would never be 100% better. There will always be part of her that will be gone. Like on the outside she's human, but on the inside she's gone. And everyone's having theories like, what if Marie is this gone human hybrid who we first meet in the original series, who nearly kills Kirk in the episode Arena? Because the metronomes, I think it's the metronomes, or the Metrons, that's it, the Metrons, they send Kirk and the Gorn captain, quote, Gorn captain, to fight to the death. And they've got all the tools that they need. And yeah. And in my opinion, it kind of does make sense. But when I watch it, I kind of go, Pike, why couldn't you let her go? Like you let Vina go? Maybe Pike was obviously closer to Marie than Vina. But hey ho. I mean, I love the character Marie. I really do. But there are times when you see a storyline and you think, that they could have, yeah. But Star Trek is about hope, so I have no doubt about that. So it's just maybe me thinking out the ordinary, thinking, because it won't be long until she'll probably will become the Gorn. So we shall see. I mean, she just recently left the Enterprise because she got a promotion. Anyway. So yeah, I am loving every episode so far. It's just some things come into mind and go. So I'm wondering how season 3 is going to end. I really want to find out how season 3 is going to end. As much as I don't want it to end, but all good things must come to an end. And it's nearly that time for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, because it's been confirmed that season 5 will be its last. And to top things off, instead of 10 episodes on season 5, it'd be 8. So it's going to cut quite a bit short. So I'm a little bit disappointed about that. Just a bit. But at least I can say that there'll be other Star Treks, like Star Trek Starfleet Academy, is coming next year, and they're bringing back a Voyager icon, like Star Trek Picard did. They brought back 2 Voyager characters, one very briefly and one obviously, yeah, but the one who stays on the most was 7 of 9. My favourite character. 7 of 9, also known as 7 by Janeway, as a suggestion. But obviously her real name was Annika Hansen. So I still call her 7 because she's 7 to me. She's not Annika Hansen, as she actually quoted in Voyager. That name is irrelevant to me. That's when Janeway was like, okay, how about 7? And that is acceptable. So, yeah, stuck with 7. So. But yeah. But Star Trek Starfleet Academy is bringing back another Voyager character, and that's none other than the Doctor, as in the EMH, which stands for Emergency Command Hologram. That's ECH, sorry. EMH, Emergency Medical Hologram, who was portrayed by none other than Robert Picardo. Yeah, it's official, he's coming back to Star Trek. It's like, our wonderful hologram is back. The miracle worker. So that'd be cool, seeing the Doctor after all this time. And what also is more interesting, we get to meet the female Jem'Hadar, where in Deep Space Nine they said there are no female Jem'Hadars. So that's going to be really interesting, seeing an female Jem'Hadar. Wow. Just wow. Where everything all begins. And hopefully sometime soon it'll be things like Star Trek Year 1, where, well, that's not until later, but we shall see. So, because after Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they're going to obviously do Star Trek Year 1, where it's based on Captain Kirk taking command of the Enterprise, but it's still like a year or so off from the original series. And then hopefully we get to finally find out when Star Trek Legacy is going to come into the fold. Captain 7 of 9 of the USS Enterprise, registry NCC 1701G. I can't wait. I'm hoping that will be in production soon, because I can't wait to see Captain 7 like so it's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah. because that's how it all left off in Star Trek Picard. Captain Shaw announcing that 7 of 9 to be promoted to captain. So, yeah. Oh, and I forgot one other Voyager character who came back in Picard, but we see him very briefly, and that was Tuvok, who is obviously now Captain Tuvok. So, yeah. I love my Star Trek. Love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Absolutely love them. So, yeah. Which reminds me, today's the day I get to see it, all the Star Treks, right from the very beginning. So, that's that. So, I'm going to catch the YouTubers, live long and prosper, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Only if you want to. You don't have to, but the option's there, as everyone knows. But anyways, I wish you good success, and yeah, basically, bye.